Good, beautiful Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pacers Sports Network as we come to you live at Wake Med Soccer Park on Field 7. Field 6, Field 7, doesn't really matter. This game just kind of has a backyard, just pickup game atmosphere to it. This is a beautiful afternoon for some Pacers soccer. I know what many of you guys are thinking. Well, Graham, didn't the season just conclude last weekend when the Pacers fell to that game feels like it took place forever ago. I can't remember who the Pacers, last faced last weekend. And yes, the Averett University Cougars. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably tuning in are probably thinking, well, Graham, didn't the season just end last weekend when the Pacers fell to the Averett University Cougars by a final score of 2-1 in the USA South Conference Championship? Yes, it did. This was supposed to be the first ever game that the Pacers were supposed to have during the regular season, but it was postponed. And as an honor to the senior and Coach Huber and just some of the guys that have not been able to get some of the playing experience that they would have liked this season, this game did get rescheduled. So this is going to be the Pacers' final official game of the season, along for the Southern Virginia University Knights, who the Pacers take on in today's competition. The Knights coming to today's contest with an overall record of 4-5-1. They are from the Capital Conference. They are going to be moving to the USA South Conference next season, so get ready. This will be a team that you're going to be familiarizing yourself with as they get ready to move to the USA South Conference out of the Capital Conference up in Virginia. The only team that they played this season in conference was St. Mary's University, not to be mistaken with St. Mary's in Raleigh, but St. Mary's University in Maryland, and the Knights fell by a final score of 1-0 on the road against St. Mary's. And the Knights find themselves here in Cary, North Carolina this afternoon for some Friday afternoon soccer. Beautiful temperatures, beautiful conditions on the field. High of 68 degrees right now. By the time this game is concluded, the temperature should drop to 66 degrees. So sit back and enjoy. We thank everybody that's joined us here today on the Pacers Sports Network for the William Peace University men's soccer team official final game of the season. Should be a great one, and hope the Pacers can end this on a good note and have some much needed momentum heading into the offseason, and then get ready to regroup and start back next year. This kind of feels like a scrimmage, but no, this is an official game. It's supposed to be the first game of the Pacers 2021 season. It did get postponed, and now the very first game of the season moves to the very last game of the season. The Southern Virginia University Knights, your William Peace University Pacers. There is the opening kick that is taken by freshman Didi San Luis. And we are underway as the Pacers are going to start things off on offense as Peter Darden has it at the midfield area. He will pass back to Jose Aguirre. There's going to be a lot of mismatch and a lot of changes here in the starting line for today's game. We actually have some healthy scratches along with some injuries for the Pacers that are not going to be in today's contest. The Pacers are going to be without junior midfielder number 10, George Aguilar, junior midfielder number 11, Archie Filater, junior forward number 16, Kareem Williams, sophomore defenseman number 26, Rush Campbell, and freshman defenseman number 30, Josiah Corona. All the other Pacers are in action today, and you should be seeing them get on the field quite a bit. Starting lineups right now for your Pacers. In the goalkeeper position, junior number 0, Dylan Garbrandt. Sophomore midfielder number 5, Jose Aguirre. Freshman forward number 7, Jorge Lemus. Senior defenseman number 8, Jose Garcia. Senior midfielder number 12, Ruben Santiago. Sophomore midfielder number 15, Alex Hernandez. Sophomore midfielder number 17, Andres Lopez. Sophomore midfielder number 22, Peter Darden, and freshman midfielder number 25, Bloody Sam Luis, and number 13, Jonathan Miller, get the start on the pitch today for Coach Huber and his staff. Coach Huber in his 4th season. Ozzy Peralta and Christian Ortiz, the assistant coaches. Coach Peralta is in his 4th season with the Pacers. Coach Ortiz is in his 2nd season with the Pacers, and the Pacers just had their first corner kick of today's contest, and it went way over the marker. So the Knights will get things going on the offensive possession. Beautiful afternoon once again here at Wake Med Soccer Park, coming to you on Field 7, kind of tucked away here right behind the main stadium that we have here at Wake Med Soccer Park. But not a bad day to have a game like this on a field like this. This kind of just feels like how I did in high school when you have some of your high school friends that meet up with you on the weekends for a little pickup game. As Didi San Luis had some great touches there. He tried to lay it off to Peter Darden, but the Knights were able to get a foot on it, so it will remain with the Pacers with a throw-in coming up from Peter Darden. Darden has a lot of room to back up with. If he really wants to try and launch this this throw-in into the box, he's going to lay that up for an alley-oop. The Pacers try to get somebody there for a header attempt, but the Knights will just clear it away, and we'll have another throw-in coming up for the Pacers. This is going to be Aguirre who's going to throw in quickly right back to Darden. Darden now going to the corner flag. He is bodied up by Robledo of the Knights. And the Knights now have a little breakaway going of their own as Shelton has the ball taken away from him by Jonathan Miller. It will stay in the Pacers zone as Robledo is going to be throwing it in right at dead center of midfield. Robledo lays it up high. Whistle's blown. Foul's going to go against the Knights. And the Pacers are going to get the ball right back at the midfield area. Throw in coming up once again for the Pacers, right in front of the Knights bench. The Southern Virginia University Knights are led by head coach Rob Duell. Again, a team that is a part of the Capital Conference, but they're going to be moving to the USA South Conference this upcoming season, so get familiar with this Knights team. You're going to be hearing them a lot on the Pacers Sports Network for the 2021-2022 athletic season. Sam Luis putting some speed on it. Right at the tip of the box from the right side. Loses it. Knights going to come up with it. And now they're going to try to set up an attack. Pacers pressuring well, though, trying to keep the ball in the Knights zone. The Knights are going to have to resort to passing back to their back line, and they'll have to reset. Bless me, it is spring. There's allergies out. A lot of pollen in the air. Anyways, back to the action. Southern Virginia University Knights trying to push the ball up, trying to kind of playing around with it in their own back end. Sam Luis, Reed Taylor, and Jorge Lemus are the three forwards up top, trying to apply some pressure. So the Knights try to apply some pressure to the Pacers' back line, but the Pacers take it away once again. Darden, right here in front of us. Midfield pass that goes to Hernandez. Hernandez passes back to Garcia, and Garcia dumps it all the way back to Garbrandt. Pacers now trying to send it deep into the Knights zone. The Knights get a foot on it. The Pacers will keep possession. There will be another throw-in coming up. As I believe on the far side of the field, that's going to be Jorge Lemus. It's going to be given the ongoing throw-in for the Pacers. Lemus gives it to San Luis. San Luis immediately tries to get it to Taylor. Knights clear it out momentarily. Pacers keep it in the Knights zone right at the midfield, or just on the other side of the midfield area. Now the Pacers trying to push up. But on a miscommunication and a deflection, the Knights get it back. But number 26, Fiku, of the Knights can't hold on to it. Pacers will try to get it right back, but they'll give it right back to Webster of the Knights. And now the Knights will try to slow down the tempo of the game and set up an attack here, starting all the way back at their back line. Cordova passes to his left side to the center defender. Corvoda now trying to push it up to the midfield area. Cordova gets it right back. Knights back line kind of back it up a little bit. And now they'll just dump it back to the sophomore goalkeeper, 00, Spencer Young, who will then try to send a rocket out of the goalie box. But he'll give it up to the Pacers as Lopez tries to chip it in, trying to make contact with Darden. He's not there. But on the outside of the box to the left side is Aguirre. Aguirre trying to work with the space that he has. He's being jumbled up a little bit. He dumps it off behind him to Lopez. Lopez now passes to the right side of Taylor. Taylor takes some steps. He now tries to get inside of Darden. Darden can't get a foot on it. Knights do. Knights come up with it. Pacers get it right back. Jorge Lemus, who's a very dangerous player out there. That's the kind of player you don't want taking a shot. Will put a shot, but it's going to sail over the back of the goalie's net. Only one shot taken so far in this contest. Make that 2 shots, as they just counted William Peace's second shot of the game. 1 shot on goal so far. 1 corner kick as well, all favoring the Pacers. 1 save so far for Spencer Young of the Knights. Now the Knights have a breakaway, as they're going to try to take advantage of this. Garbrandt will come out and just clear it. It's going to fall at the mid-lane area. Knights are going to keep it in the Pacers zone, as number 22 Webster came up to the midfield hash to push that ball back deep into the Pacers zone. But the Pacers escape, and they have a throw-in coming up. Knights right back in the Pacers zone. Getting some lucky bounces now, as it's going to be a battle one-on-one between Fika and I believe number 15. Alex Hernandez was the Pacer that was giving him some trouble. Fika was trying to set up an attack. Corner kick now for the Knights. Pacers are there immediately to clear it out of the box. Heaton, though, of the Knights tracks it down momentarily. Pacers now have a little breakaway. Peter Darden showing some speed there as he's going to get there first. Darden now one-on-one. Still has a space. Darden takes a shot. Low on the ground. The goaltender gets a save on it, and the Knights clear it out. Great move there by Spencer Young to get down low on the ground to stop that one, as that looked like it was going into the corner. Now the Knights on the other side have a breakaway. Jonathan Miller's going to put a step on it. He's going to get on there. He's going to work with some space. Then he'll finally dump it off to Garcia. Garcia will now lay it off to Lopez. Lopez will put it in the midfield area circle to Taylor. Taylor then gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez sends it down the left side line to Darden once again, who just had a terrific breakaway. Darden lays it back outside to the right to Aguirre. Aguirre to Taylor. Taylor right back to Aguirre. Aguirre back to Darden. And then finally number 27, Roblito of the Knights will just clear it away. Off the throw-in. Pacers going the opposite direction to Garcia, who then crosses it and tries to send it into the box. Lemus, as he tries to keep the ball in play, gets it set up to Darden. Darden took a shot, bounced right off the hand of Young, and the Knights get it out once again. Number 4, Cordova, loses the ball as he had too much speed there. Correction, that was number 6, Jackson Gorange, who is on the attack for the Knights. Just over 10 minutes played already here in this contest. Coming up on the 33-minute mark. In this non-conference final game of the season matchup between the Southern Virginia University Knights and your William Peace Pacers. Right here in front of us, Gorange trying to lay it off to his left side. Knights doing a great job of keeping the ball in the Pacer zone, being very aggressive right now, trying to send an early message to this William Peace Pacer team. The Pacers just trying everything to get the ball out of their zone right now. For the Pacers, they come into today's contest with an overall record of 5-2-2, 4-1-1 in conference play. Final game of the season for the Pacers here at Wake Med Soccer Park on Field 6. Beautiful Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on the Pacers Sports Network. I am one half of your voice of the Pacers, Graham Hill. As always, you can catch every WPU Sport and Athletic event and live stream on the Pacers Sports Network, a part of the William Peace University Athletics channel. Knights now setting it up at midfield, pushing the ball a little forward or a little deeper into the Pacer zone as Lemus goes down and then gives a nice friendly shove, I believe, to a Knight player. Lemus and Cordovia trying to get up close and personal, find out what their weekend plans are following this game. Play resumes off the foul given to the Knights as the Pacers try to get the ball in the Knight zone for the first time in a while. Miller uses some space. Tries to send a through pass where he tried to connect with Sam Luis. Sam Luis couldn't hold on to it. Neither could Taylor. Cordovia of the Knights comes up with it. Knights now trying to cross it in. Great chance there by number 19, Shelton of the Knights. Even better goalkeeping by Garbrandt. That was almost a really good opportunity for the Knights to open the scoring in this game. Off that cross from Cordovia to Shelton, Dylan Garbrandt comes up with his first big save of the game. But he's had to stay on his toes because the Knights have a quarter kick coming up, their first of the game. Garbrandt thought he misread it, and the ball is still completely over his head, but apparently Garbrandt did get a tip on it. So the Knights will have another corner coming up, this time from the left flag marker. From the left side, ball takes a bounce up in the air as three players, two from William Peace, one from Southern Virginia, got a head on it. Ball goes behind the net, and it's going to be a goal kick for Dylan Garbrandt, who will just gently pass it out to Miller. Pacers try to set back up the attack. On the other side of the field now, in the Knight zone, Pacers lose the ball, and it looks like it's going to be a throw-in given to the Knights. Great job by the Pacers to switch the field. Aguirre can't get to the ball in time, but it was deflected off of Knight. So the Pacers get it back. As the Knights now try to clear the ball out of their area. Shelton lays it off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain then gives the ball right back to the Pacers. But Lemus can't hold on to the ball off the pass. And the Knights get it right back. Garcia, though, for the Pacers steps in. He takes it away from the Knights. The Pacers get the ball back. So far, just back and forth. Both teams kind of struggling in these close passing situations to find outlets and find some spacing between their teammates and the defenders. Knights trying to keep control of the ball. But the Pacers will be given a throw-in. Lopez sent through pass that tries to get the door, and instead it goes off the head of Robledo. And the Knights get this one right back. San Luis now showing some speed once again, trying to track the ball down from the left side of the box. The ball rolls out of bounds. And it's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Pacers. This will be their second corner of the game. Kick from the left side off the head of the Knights. Pacers will try to track it down. This will be Santiago who's going to run it down. Trying to keep the ball in the Knights zone. Santiago will give it to Lemus. Lemus tried to put the ball up top. Instead, it paid for a mistake because the Knights come up with it. Garcia tries to run the ball down, can't get there in time. Knights tracking down the far sideline. And a Pacer is brought down. And it's going to be a foul against the Knights. Garcia at the back line, passes it up to Taylor. Taylor is brought down from behind. Play goes on. Knights come up with it. Knights now in the box. Take a shot.
Well done, guys. Well done.
And it sails to the right side. I think a lot of Pacers were anticipating a foul to be called against the Knights after Taylor was knocked down. And actually that previous shot attempt went off the hands of Garbrandt. So the Knights will get another corner coming from the right side. Pacers do a good job getting the ball out of the box. Goes out just near the left flag. That actually might have gone out just about 2 feet away from the left side corner marker. So this is going to be a tough throw-in for the Pacers. They're going to try to send it downfield as much as they can. As number 25, Archie Filater, has just checked in for the Pacers. Correction, make that number 29, Austin Hallstrand. Also checking in for the Pacers, number 2, Donnie Leahy. So Austin Hallstrand came in for Alex Hernandez. Donnie Leahy comes in for Peter Darden. Garcia lays it off to the right side of Miller. Miller backs up just before he crosses midfield. to give it back to Garcia. Garcia now to Aguirre. Aguirre back to Miller as they cross fields. Miller tried to send a driving pass into the box. It was deflected out. Pacers are able to keep it in the zone. Aguirre tries to take a shot from way outside. It goes off the leg of a Knight player. And the Knights get it back. Svika switches fields, trying to set up a pass to his teammate. Pacers come away with it. Sam Luis takes a shot from way outside. It goes off the hands of Young. And the Knights recover. Lemus comes away with it for the Pacers on the far side of the field. Collision between Taylor and a Knights player. As it was number 4. Cordova, who took a spill there for the Knights, but he's back up on his feet. As we have a corner kick coming up for the Pacers. To the right side, sophomore goalkeeper Spencer Young. As we wait for the officials to give us the signal. There's the whistle. Taylor lays it into the box as Sam Luis tried to go up with it, but unfortunately there was a major size difference between Sam Luis and Spencer Young. And Young will just boot this one deep into the Pacers zone. This time Garbrandt's going to run out. That ball took about 1 to 2 hops before it went to the gloves of Garbrandt, who now lays it back out for the Pacers. Garcia right here in front of us. Lays it off to Taylor. Taylor gives it back to Miller. Miller now moving to the right side. Both teams have made some substitutions. The only one I can tell you for sure has happened is number 18, Kofi Apiaje, who checked in for number 15, Alex Hernandez of the Pacers. As there are some new Knights players on the team on the field as well. Too many to call out, so once the ball gets in their possession or they make a big play, we will recognize the new subs that have come on for the Knights. Still scoreless here. Wake Med Soccer Park, non-conference matchup between the Southern Virginia University Knights, as Donnie Leahy could be trying to change that as the ball is inside the box as Nathan Seary can't hold on to possession. but he gets right back to the ball immediately. He tries to keep this ball in the night zone for a potential shot opportunity. A PJ runs the ball down, passes it down low to Caleb Bullock, who's also in for the Pacers. And Bullock just lost track of where the out-of-bounds marker was, it seemed like. So he goes out of bounds with it. And we'll have a goal kick coming up for the Knights. Knights now seeing the ball for the first time in a while. There's number 11, Cole Simmons, trying to track the ball down for the Knights. Pacers trying to get it out. As the Knights will have a corner coming up here. Lennon Shelton will walk it down to the left flag marker. Kick is up, and it goes right into the gloves of Garbrandt, who has no trouble tracking that down. Garbrandt waits for some of his players to move up and then rolls it out to his left side. And the Pacers will go back on the offensive side of the ball. Aguirre working with some space, lays it all to the left side of Leahy. Leahy saves it just before it goes out of bounds. He can't hold on to it. And we'll have a goal kick coming up for the Knights. The wind's starting to pick up just a little bit here at Wake Med, making things a little gusty. And it shows there as number 19, Shelton, took a shot there from the right side, and that just sailed over the right side of the goal. Off the goal kick by Garbrandt. Ball comes down just outside the left midfield circle in the night zone. Pacers can't keep the ball in the night zone. They're going to say the ball is going to remain with the Pacers after it rolled out of bounds. Aguirre will throw it in to Garcia. Garcia will send it downfield where Sear will get it. He'll get a push off of Reeves. Knights recover and send it back down into the Pacer zone where Piaget lays it all to his goalkeeper Garbrandt. Garbrandt clears the ball. Knights get it right back. So far in this game, minus the 5 shots that William Peace has taken, been struggling to pass the ball around in the mid area of the Knight zone. Knight's just doing a great job of bringing passes and getting some feet on the ball, some foot touches, however you want to say it. Either way, the Knights are irritating the Pacers' midfield area passing. Closing in on the 12.5-minute mark here between the Knights and the Pacers. Pacers so far have put up 5 shots, 4 of those being on target, but still don't have any goals to show for it. That could change here. Aguirre at the tip of the box, trying to pass all to the right side, but Hallstrand keeps it in the Knight zone. He passes to the right side of Bullock. Bullock now driving in from the left side, or from the right side, I should say. And as the Knights are trying to clear it out, they couldn't get to the ball in time. And we'll have a corner kick or a throw-in coming up for the Pacers. From the right side, shot taken from the Pacers. It just hits the netting of the goal. So Young will get another goal kick, who's had a solid performance so far. He's had 6 shots taken at him. He's gotten 4 saves off those 6 shots. Let's see if Young can clear this one out, as the Pacers have a corner kick coming up. Kick is up, high sailing kick. Suazo misread it on the attempt off the corner. The Pacers can't keep it in. Nice, just trying to send it in to the Pacers zone. Good defensive move there by Piaget. He was able to slide tackle that ball perfectly to take it away from Dylan Heaton of the Knights. Leahy sends it down to Siri, who's the lone pacer. But number 10, Sam Mello, reads the ball perfectly off the long pass attempt by Leahy to push the ball back down into the Pacer zone. Off the throwing by Garcia, he gives it to Garbrandt. Garbrandt gives it directly back to Garcia. Garcia now to Leahy. Leahy passes it out to the left to Aguirre. Aguirre tries to send the ball in to the Knight zone, but it goes out of play instead. Knights now deep in their zone, trying to get the ball out. Pacers now jumbling up. Pinching the area of spacing a little bit, making it difficult for the Knights to get good reads. Now the Pacers once again have the ball. Aguirre from the left side lays it up. Suazo puts it in! Great job there by Jose Aguirre from the left side to chip that ball up. Almost set up an alley-oop, it looked like. And then junior midfielder number 9, Sammy Suazo, showing off a little jump man action. And the Pacers find themselves up 1-0 late in the first. That's one of those shots where if you're the Knights, you're kind of punching the air a little bit. As there was a great setup by Aguirre to just loft that ball up in the air. Plenty of time for defensemen to come in and put a body on Swaza or anybody that was crashing in or going towards the ball. Even had time for Young, I felt like, to get a good read on it. But Sammy Swaza just made that header look easy. And the Pacers are up 1-0 over the Knights. After the Sammy Swazo goal, assisted by Jose Aguirre, at just about the 10.5-minute mark. The Pacers now smell a little blood in the water as they're putting up some more shots and being more aggressive down in the Knight zone. Knights doing everything they can to try and get the ball out. Gonder passes it back down to Wallace of the back line of the Knights. Now at the midfield area, number 30, Dubinsky will just send it down in the Pacer zone. As Donnie Leahy will check out for the Pacers. Alfonso Tercios will check in. Number 28, Gabe Pennon, also checks in for the Pacers. Now the Knights trying to set up a cross. Everybody's just putting some heads on it. Neither team can come up with it, and then finally Garbrandt comes up and just boots that one out of the Pacer zone. Closing in on halftime here from Wake Med Soccer Park. Pacers lead the Knights 1-0. Non-conference matchup. Final game of the season, a makeup of what was supposed to be the first game of the season for the Pacers. A PJ throwing the ball in for the Pacers, who throws it right at the foot of a Knight defender, who will just send it off into his bench. Pacers reset. They send it all the way back to Garcia, who's in the midfield circle. Garcia then puts it into the feet of Tercios. Tercios lays it off to Aguirre. And then finally, Gonder comes up for the Knights and sends it out of bounds, but Pacers get it right back. Another missed opportunity there for the Pacers. They tried to add on to their 1-0 lead. That was scored by number 9, Sammy Suazo. Right here in front of us, Gonder passes it back to Lewis. Lewis then switches fields. Knights just doing some clean passing and spacing. So we have just closed under 4.5 minutes remaining in this first half. From Field 6 of Wake Med Soccer Park. Off a free kick that goes way deep into the box. It's open and the Knights will score. The long free kick set up by number 30, sophomore midfielder Josh Dubinsky. Sailed that one way deep into the goalie box. Garbrandt really had to track that one down. He was able to get a hand on it. But off the deflection, the net was left wide open. Number 11, Cole Simmons, comes in to score and give the Knights the equalizing goal in this one. So we're back even at 1 apiece. Closing in on 3.5 minutes here in the first half. Knights trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Pacers trying to be on the defensive side. Aguirre will track that ball down with no one near him. He'll take some space. Then he'll send it up to Siri, who gets a touch on it. Suazo now dealing with contact. Passes it back to Garcia. Garcia now tries to send it down. He misses Hallstrand. He misses Pennon. A Piaget try to get it. He can't hold on to it. Knights get it back. But Pacers come up with it. Good read there by Philiter. Knights can't hold it. And the ball goes out of play behind Spencer Young's goal. Corner kick now coming up from the Pacers on the right side. There's the kick. Nobody from the Pacers team touches it. They keep it in the Knight zone. A PJ does a great job of settling the ball down. Passes it right back to Ramiro Rivera. Pacers take a shot. Gabe Pennon had the hot feet. But you can't put that one on target. Goal kick coming up for the Knights. Impressive goal scored once again by number 11, Cole Simmons, the freshman midfielder of the Knights. Great free kick that set it all up by Josh Dubinsky, just over a little bit of the midfield line in the Pacers zone. Dylan Garbrandt really had to read that one as he was able to make the save. I don't know if it was because of contact or he lost his foot a little bit, but Garbrandt went down, and then once he went down, right place, right time for number 11, Cole Simmons of the Knights. And that's how we find ourselves tied up at 1 apiece. So 1:20 remains here in the first. Knights have a free kick coming up. And it's the same man, number 30, Dubinsky, who did damage to set up that last free kick. And this time Garbrandt has no trouble running into traffic and grabbing that one. Under 1 minute to play here in the first half. A Piaget with a long throw in to Garbrandt. Garbrandt has no one around him. As the halftime whistle blows, as it's all tied up at 1 apiece here between the Southern Virginia University Knights and your William Peace Pacers here at Wake Med Soccer Park Field 6. We'll take a break here with halftime coverage and get right back to you as the second half starts. as you're listening to William Peace University men's soccer right here on the Pacers Sports Network. We'll be right back for second half action. Welcome back to the Pacers Sports Network live at Wake Med Soccer Park here on Field 6. Second half action between the Southern Virginia University Knights and your William Peace Pacers. Getting ready to take off here, all tied up at 1 apiece. The goals in today's contest first for the Pacers coming from number 9, Sammy Suazo, and for the Knights, number 11, Cole Simmons. First half stats for your William Peace Pacers. They were able to get up eight shots, 6 of those being on target, 4 corner kicks, 1 foul, and then 2 saves for Dylan Garbrandt for the Knights. They were able to get up 5 shots, 3 of those on target, 5 corner kicks, and 5 saves for number 00 Spencer Young as play has resumed here. And the Knights will kick things off, no pun intended, this second half. Pacers trying to clear it out, Knights trying to keep it in. Sam Luis trying to chip the ball into the box. Because now Aguirre will run it down to keep the ball from going out of bounds. Hallstrom will be there. He'll switch fields in a major way, tipping it up. And on some awkward bounces, Spencer Young can't get a good read on it. And he has to settle for just punching this one behind the goal. Corner kick now coming up for the Pacers, making it their 6th corner kick of the game. Kick is up, it's low to the ground, takes a bounce. Shot is given up as it was number 7, Jorge Lemus, who made contact with it, but it goes to the left side of the goal. Spencer Young will get set to kick this one out. Off the goal kick. Hallstrom was able to get a head on it. As down on the defensive side, a PJ and Lewis collide. Pacers come up with it after the scramble. But the Knights are able to get it right back. Knights trying to slow down the pace of the game a little bit with some crisp passing. A lot of one-touches going on. Finally, a PJ has to back off. Pacers trying to get it back and off almost what I thought was going to be a high kick. Sam Luis goes down. Caleb Bullock comes up with it. He's driving it from the right side, trying to find somebody to cross, so he's there. And Young's just going to fall right on top of it as Lopez was trying to find the space to put the shot on goal. All even at 1 apiece between your William Peace Pacers and the visiting Southern University Knights. Coming to us from the Capital Conference, future members of the USA South Conference coming up this upcoming season. This is going to be a good way to go into the offseason for either team. The Pacers look to take advantage. Sam Luis lays it off to Suazo. Suazo crashing from the left side. Suazo gets it right back to Sam Luis, and Sam Luis scores! D.D. Sam Luis off the one-touch give and go for Sammy Suazo, and the Pacers retake the lead. Have a day, D.D. Sam Luis. Pacers are kicking it. No pun intended. As they have control of this ball game once again. And unfortunately, resulting from the goal, Spencer Young gets down. So we'll take a pause as the Pacers have just gone back up 2-1 in this contest. We'll be right back with William Peace Men's Soccer on the Pacers Sports Network. Back here on the Pacer Sports Network as we have a goalkeeper change for the Knights. This is going to be junior goalkeeper number 1, Jeffrey Tomlin, coming in for the Knights as Spencer Young still a little shaken up as he walks it off the field. But the Pacers are able to take a 2-1 lead off the goal by D.D. San Luis. That was actually assisted by Jorge Lemus. And the Pacers look to add on to it. Bullock has the ball taken away from him. Knights trying to set back up. Bullock aggressively gets the ball right back. And now Bullock will lay it off to Siri. Siri will try to pass it back up to Bullock. Bullock trying to track it down. And the Knights will just come up and kick that one away. Great defensive move there by number 10, Sam Mello. Not to be confused with Carmelo. Off the throw-in, bodies are flying everywhere. Foul is given against the Knights. Hernandez will prepare to take the free kick. Adjust his spacing. Official gives him the thumbs up. Free kick coming up from the Pacers to the right side of Tomlin, who's just checked in. Knights are able to get to it first. Everybody's trying to put a head on it. And another foul is going to be given. This time it looks to be against the Pacers. So Southern Virginia will be getting the ball back. Jeffrey Tomlin, big time opportunity for him as he has to check into this one and come into the line of fire to try and hold off this 1-goal lead that the Pacers have picked up. Our freshman midfielder, number 25, D.D. San Luis. Out of New Bern, North Carolina. 2-5 Pacers back on the attack. Switch the field now as Bullock tracks it down. Bullock takes some touches, has the ball stolen from him. Number 5, Thomas Cordova, running into some pressure. Foul coming up against the Pacers. That's going to go against Kofi Appiaje. And as the Knights send it in deep into the Pacers zone, Garbrandt will just come up and he'll roll this one out to number 5, Aguirre. Miller and Appiaje passing it off back and forth. Fine, just lay the ball back down to Garbrandt. Garbrandt passes back off to the right side to Miller. Miller looked like he was going to take advantage of some space. Instead, he's going to try to push it in, trying to connect with Siri. Knights get ahead on it, but they're not able to clear it out of their zone. Instead, the Pacers switch field, working from right to left. Aguirre sends the ball down low to Lemus, who got the assist on the latest goal, scored by D.D. San Luis. Pacers pass it back up top. Lopez passes it back down to Garcia. Garcia will give it back to Hernandez. Hernandez passes it down to Miller. Miller will just chip it up. Tomlin came out just a little bit, but didn't have to worry about it. His back line was there to get the deflection. And the Knights now trying to finally get the ball into the Pacer zone for the first time in a while, but not until Philiter can have a say about it. He's taken down once the call play goes on. Now the Knights try to cross it in. Instead, it's just going to hit the back fence behind the goal. Corner kick coming up for the Pacers. This will be their 7th of the game. This corner kick is going to be coming up to the Knights. This is going to be their 7th of the game. Kick is up. Great header opportunity as it was number 8, Tim Chamberlain, taken after Will Chamberlain of the NBA player with a little jumpman action, trying to get that ball into the goal. Goal kick coming up for Garbrandt. Ball comes crashing down at the midfield area off the shoulder of Bullock. They're going to say it belongs with the Pacers still. Appiaje can't decide who he wants to throw it to. Now he just throws it down the near sideline to Siri, who gets contact with it. Siri gets a push from beyond. It actually helps him in the momentum, and then has the ball kicked out from underneath his feet. Goes out of play. And we'll have a throw-in coming up for the Pacers just before the corner kick marker on the right side. Appiaje lays it off to Hallstrand. Hallstrand tried to cross it in right in front of the goalie. Nobody home for the Pacers. Knights try to get it out, but Bullock right there being a thorn in the side of the Knights. And the Knights are actually working in reverse right now instead of forward. The Knights finally have no choice but to just try and send it in with nobody home. Only 2 Knight players are down there, one of them being number 26, Danny Fiku. Ball comes back in the Pacer possession as Bullock is bumped from behind. He wanted to call. Appiaje back down on the ground. Good effort there, but the ball is going to stay with the Knights. Now the official has no choice but to call a foul there. And it's actually going to be a yellow card that's going to be assessed against Caleb Bullock. Showing some physicality out there. Sam Mello and Jackson Gorridge. The lone Knight players, as it looks like it's going to be Gorringe who's going to be taking the free kick. He puts that one way up in the air inside the box. Ball comes down. Pacers trying to get it out. Hallstrand got a foot on it, couldn't clear it out all the way. The ball is going to stay in the Pacers zone. Off the throw-in. Pacers playing aggressively now on the defensive side. And now a handball is going to be assessed to Jorge Lemus. And oh my Lord, brace yourself. We got a penalty kick coming up against the Pacers. So Dylan Garbrandt, who's done a great job all game so far of being the defensive savior for the Pacers, has to step up now, as it's going to be Garbrandt, number 19, Landon Shelton of the Knights. Pacers control a 2-1 lead. Let's see if they can keep it that way. Penalty kick coming up for Shelton. There's a kick. And Garbrandt makes a great save. Goes down the ground to get the deflection, and Pacers come away big off a huge defensive hold. And you give credit right there to the junior goalkeeper, Dylan Garbrandt, on that 50-50 chance, as the Pacers prevail momentarily. Ball comes back down at the midfield circle. Siri tried to just boot that one down to the zone instead of just letting it drop down and taking some touches. The Knights try to set it back up. Pacers back off just a little bit. Not as aggressive as they were momentarily before the handball foul to Jorge Lemus. Pacers get it back. Siri chips it up in the air. A PJ comes down with it. Siri from the outside puts a shot up. Sails over the goal. As we'll have some substitutions be made on the Pacers side, as Jason Bates will check in for Kofi Appiaje. Off the goal kick by Tomlin. Ball comes right back down into the Knight zone. As the Pacers still control a 2-1 lead here at Wake Med Soccer Park on field 6. Knights trying to find an equalizer. Ball goes out of play. Pacers will have a throw-in coming up right in front of the Knights bench. And they throw it right to the feet of the Knights. As Hallstrand's finally there for the Pacers. Appiaje comes up with it. Puts it back into the very top of the Knights zone. Free kick coming up for the Knights. Off the foul of the Pacers. Kick is up. Miller's right there at the back line of the Pacers to just send a rocket up in the air that's going to fall down about the midfield area. 4-on-4 crime going on. And number 4 of the Pacers, Nathan Siri, just puts a body on number 4. Thomas Cordova of the Knights. So a throw-in's coming up for the Knights. PJ's right there to stop that ball from going any deeper into the Pacer zone. As now Aguirre's taken down by number 6. Jackson Gorange of the Knights. Foul given to the Knights. Free kick coming up to the Pacers right in the midfield circle. Free kick is taken. Falls just outside the box. Rolls out to the right side. We'll have a throw-in coming up. As the PJ quickly gets into Hallstrand. Hallstrand lets the ball take a bounce, and he'll just try to chip it up. But he'll send it behind the goal. Slide tackle made there by number 8, Jose Garcia. No foul given. Knight still keeping it in the Pacer zone. Then Jonathan Miller trying to chat the ball down before it goes out of play. Can't get there. Corner kick coming up for the Knights. This will be their 8th corner kick of the game. Garbrandt directed traffic in front of the goal. Kick from the right side. Instead of going to the box, they just try to set up at the top. Lemus comes off a breakaway. It's now a 4-on-2 situation for the Pacers. It's now PJ taking some spaces, slows down just a little bit. Now takes a shot and it just goes off the foot of the Knights. Great job there by the Pacers to take advantage of space on that breakaway. It was a 4-on-2 attack being set up. Pacers should have probably taken a shot a little bit earlier from the outside. But it doesn't matter as the Pacers have a corner kick coming up from the right side of Tomlin. Kick is up. Knights touch it first, can't get it out. They just let it roll out of bounds this time to the left, so we'll have another corner kick coming up. This time we'll just switch direction of the field. Keeping it casual out here on Field 6 of Wake Med Soccer Park. Final matchup of the season for your William Peace Pacers as they take on non-conference opponent Southern Virginia University Knights. Pacers jumbling up the midfield area. Nobody really separating off each other. The Knights keeping it casual in their passing. Not really trying to be aggressive of getting the ball out of their zone. Pacers get it back. They try to set it right back up. Hernandez tries to switch fields and just puts it way over the head of number 30, Reed Taylor, who's checked back in for the Pacers. PJ trying to send it into the box for the Pacers. Nobody home. Nice trying to come away with it. But the Pacers now pinching up the midfield area. Really making the Knights work for these passes. I feel like in this second half, a majority of the time that the Knights have gotten the ball into the Pacers zone, it's just been off throw-ins or free kicks, honestly. Not a lot going on the ground. Speaking of things in the air, a great setup there on the Pacers side as Nathan Seary was left all alone with the defender and the goalkeeper. Just couldn't get the right foot underneath it to set up a good shot attempt. Off the kick by Tomlin, who can't get it to the midfield area. Barely gets it out of the Pacers zone. Pacers try to track it down. But the Knights are doing a great job of just playing a little game of park the bus, or a little strategy of park the bus, even though they're the ones trailing. And as the Knights finally try to get something going on the offensive end, they're called off sides. So the Pacers will get the ball right back. So we're closing in on the final 20 minutes of this one. Wind Peace Pacers with a terrific season this year. Of course, last weekend making it to the USA South Conference Championship game, where they did fall to the Averett University Cougars by a score of 2-1. First time in program history for the men's soccer team that they made it to a conference final. First time in school history that a mill team has hosted a conference final. So hats off to Coach Huber, assistant coaches Ozzy Peralta and Christian Ortiz on that one. And as the Pacers close out this season in a peculiar non-conference matchup, a game that should have taken place at the very beginning of the year, look to build some momentum and have some momentum heading into this off season. Leahy trying to strip the ball away. As the Knights take a shot once again, but they just sell that one behind the goal. More subs being made on the Pacers side. It's number 9, Sammy Suazo will check in, along with number 12, Ruben Santiago checking back in. Number 15, Alex Hernandez will check off. Along with Nathan Seary. And as play resumes, the foul's called immediately, and we'll have a stoppage in play. And with that, we'll take a break as the Pacers hold a 2-1 lead over the Knights. So we're back with William Peace University Men's Soccer on the Pacers Sports Network. Payson Webster, the junior defenseman, back up on his feet. His play resumes here. Off the free kick by number 30, Josh Dolimpski. And a bicycle opportunity set up there by the Knights. Can't capitalize on it. Pacers can't clear it out of their zone. Knights try to send it right back deep into the Pacer zone. Both teams just kind of Trading off kicks back and forth. Finally, Garbrandt will get it, and we'll just hold it down and slow the tempo of this game just a little bit. Throws it off to the left side to Hallstrand. Hallstrand passes it up to Suazo. Suazo sends it in to Sam Luis, but he's called offsides. PJ almost came away with a steal there for the Pacers. Knights get it right back. Pacers go back on the defensive side as Reed Taylor tries to come up from behind and strip the ball away from Dylan Heaton. Goes to the ground instead. Knights keep it in the Pacer zone as they try to send it into the box. Great foot there by Garcia. Knights have to set it back up.
Nice ball, nice, guys. Keep your shape, guys. Keep your shape. Let's go.
Knights now with some good ball movement. It's number 11, Coley Simmons, who has the goal for the Knights. Try to turn around, put another shot on goal. Great block there. And great move by Kofi Appiaje once again on another good slide tackling move to stop the offense from heating up of the Knights. Free kick coming up for the Knights. Heaton will be taking it. There's the kick. Knights crash in. Nobody gets on it. Ball is still in the box. Pacers finally kick it out. They kick it right back to the Knights. Number 19, Shelton has it. Shelton puts a shot. Sell is behind the goal. No substitution coming up this time for the Knights side. So Eamon Lewis checks in for Landon Shelton. Tim Chamberlain checks back in for Chris Reeves. Knights working in reverse here. Pacers trying to run it down. Pacers come up with this. Taylor got a foot on it. Number 23 of the Knights, Brandon Wallace, put some speed on there. Try and keep that ball from going out of bounds. He cannot do so. Pacers have a corner kick coming up. Great boot put on there of the Pacers. Closing on the final minutes here of this one. Pacers now have another chance. Suazo tries to put a shot on. Couldn't get a good foot on it. PJ tracks it down. Moves over to the left side. PJ now tries to put a shot into the box. Takes a deflection off a body. Leahy tries to keep it in. Knights get it out momentarily. Pacers keep it in. Off the pass by Aguirre. And now a WWE move there. No foul given. Knights on a breakaway. This could be a dangerous situation coming up for the Pacers. Simmons takes a shot right into the gloves of Garbrandt. Garbrandt will just casually roll it out to his right side to Hallstrand. Hallstrand to Piaget. Piaget to Garcia. Pacers now starting to move the ball up a little bit. Piaget with a long feed in, trying to connect with Sam Luis, who is called offside once again. D.D. Sam Luis. The second goal of today's contest. First goal of the day scored by Jorge Lemus of the Pacers. The only goal for the Knights coming from number 11, Cole Simmons. Great feed there by Taylor to Santiago. Santiago has to pass back to Piaget. Piaget back to Taylor. Taylor the one touch to Santiago. Santiago one touch to Piaget. Piaget now tries to put it in to Leahy. Leahy can't find it. The Knights just roll it out. We have a substitution coming in. So it'll be Romero Rivera checking in for D.D. San Luis, and for the Knights, it'll be Tanner Gondon. And number 26, Danny Fichta, checking in for the Knights. Shot taken way outside by number 29, Austin Hallstrand. It was right on target, just a little bit too high. Sells behind the goal. Goal kick coming up for the Knights. Just under 14 minutes remaining here in this one. Both teams trying to control possession in the midfield area. The Pacers will come up with it. Santiago passes out to Suazo. Suazo back to Santiago, the intended target. Suazo would have been better off just taking a shot himself, in my opinion. The Knights try to reset it. Suazo's right back there for the Pacers. It's still it away. Pacers touch up at the back line. Begin to send it forward once again. Pacers try to cross it. Santiago comes down with it. Just outside the box. Santiago moving from the left side. Trying to find some space. Finally passes off. Taylor puts a boot on it. And it goes into the hands of Jeffrey Tomlin. Santiago finds himself all alone, takes a shot off the body of the defenseman and back into the gloves of Tomlin. Knights momentarily decide they wanted to send it in, try to pass it off. They finally decide to send it in, but the Pacers come right back up with it. Leahy tracking it down right in front of his respective bench. Can't hold on to it. We're going to say it went off the foot of a Knight player, so the Pacers will be rewarded a throw-in off the throw into Vera. Leahy tried to turn around and pass it back up. Knights come up with it. Taylor's now there to apply pressure once again. It's where we see the Knights kind of send the ball backwards and then try to push their way back up. But just not good touches at the midfield area. And now the Knights will just send it in. As Lewis will run it down. Lewis finally sells himself. Crosses it up. Ball goes outside the box. Yule to Gonder. Gonder rolling over to the right side. And now they pass to the left side. Knights try to cross it in. Two Knight players go up for it. Neither one of them can connect. Garbrandt will just scoop this one up. PJ trying to find Santiago. Knights stopped it momentarily, but the Pacers get right back. And the Pacers pretty much all this second half and for a good majority of this game have just controlled possession in this contest. Is now Santiago from the right side. Crosses it in. And Leahy scores off the nice header. Great setup there from Ruben Santiago to connect with Donnie Leahy. Donnie Leahy, the rising freshman star of this program, comes up big for the Pacers, and that could be the exclamation point in this one as the Pacers now go up 3-1. Ruben Santiago, great cross from the right side to set up that header for Donnie Leahy. And now the Knights just look to keep this one from getting out of hand. The Pacers now have a 2-goal lead. Might be looking to add on to it. PJ throws it into Taylor. Taylor has the ball taken away from him momentarily. Taylor puts a good spin move up there. Santiago with some nice footwork back to Taylor. Taylor trying to send it to Santiago, who was running down the near sideline. Couldn't track it down. PJ just casually lays it in to Santiago. Santiago to Hallstrand. Constant triangle passing going on here. Miller now back behind the midfield line. Lays all to his left side of Garcia. Garcia passes up to Vera. Vera tries to find some space. Can't find anybody. Hallstrand had it momentarily. Shaquem Bradshaw, who's just checked in for the Pacers, trying to put a foot on it. He can't. And the Knights find themselves in a positive breakaway. But they settle it and slow it down. The Pacers just let this one roll out, trying to expire some time here. So we're under 10 minutes left to play here in this contest. Chamberlain dumps it back down to Mello. Mello then tries to send it back up to Heaton. Heaton gives it back to Mello. Has plenty of space to work with. Finally, as Shaquem Bradshaw approaches him, he sends it up top. The Pacers take it away once again. Taylor to Bradshaw. Bradshaw overread it. As Mellows pushed out of bounds from behind. They're rewarded the throw in to Mello. PJ with a nice block off the free kick.
Put it on him, Callum. Put it on him.
Yule to Ficta. Knights just try to get a shot off. Can't get a good read on that. It ends up turning into a slide tackle shot attempt. Scarbrant will kick it out. Falls out midfield, where Heaton will get a body on it. It goes right back into the Pacer zone. As Lewis now driving all the way to the goal. Laid it off at the last minute to Gonder. Now the Knights are just forced to try and reset this one. Hallstrand trying to send it all the way through. Excuse me, Filter trying to send it all the way through the Hallstrand. Garbrandt comes way out for this save. Kicks it off. And just boots that one to the Knights bench. As now number 32, Nate Foote, will check in for the Pacers, making his debut in this one. Citation number 36. Jason Bates, who checks in for the Pacers. We do have a goalkeeper change, though, for the Pacers. Number 39, Trip Kidd, the freshman goalkeeper, comes into the contest. We're closing in on 4 minutes here. Approaching the 3.5 minute mark. So we have a stoppage in play here due to an injured Knight player, so we'll take a timeout as well. Well, momentary timeout. As Esteban Borlisa checks in for the Pacers. As this one's almost wrapped up here from Wake Med Soccer Park. So the Pacers are up 3-1 on the Knights. Trip Kidd lays it off to a Piaget. Knights strip it away. Piaget making some contact there. Bad slide tackle call, or bad slide tackle move for the Pacers. So Actually, that foul's going to go against the Knights, which is kind of surprising because the Pacers made all sort of contact there on that one. Santiago taken down. Foul given against the Knights. They're going to give more of that to the Knights as the yellow card is going to be handed out. So each team has 1 yellow card each. As we've almost wrapped up this one here. Final game of the season for the William Peace Pacers. Taylor gives a salute to the fans. You love to see it. Nice kiss to his fan club. As the Pacer bench shows a round of applause to their team as they're going to finish up the season with a win here today. Knights trying to make one last push. Trip Kid will easily come up and run that one down. Long kick up in the air for Trip Kid. As the game clock has reached 0, extra time being implemented here. As all the Pacers have to do is just touch up on the ball a couple more times, clear it out for the official to rule this one over. Foul given against the Pacers. So this is most likely the Knights' final time at an attempt to break more than just one goal in this contest. There's the kick, and it just goes to the left of the goal. For a goal kick to come up for Trip Kid. Kick is up. It's now number 32. Nate Foote has checked in for the Pacers, making his debut in this game. Pacers will have one last chance here to score as the clock expires. And that'll do it as your William Peace Pacers in their final contest of the season pick up a 3-1 win over the Southern Virginia University Knights. The Pacers will finish their final season with an overall record of 6-1-2 as they defeat future USA South Conference opponent, the SVU Knights. Congratulations to head coach Ryan Huber, assistant coach Ozzie Peralta, and Christian Ortiz on a successful season. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to all of our live streams for the William Peace University men's soccer team. As always, you can check in on every William Peace University athletic event on our live stream on the Pacers Sports Network, which is on the William Peace University Athletics YouTube channel. Final score once again, your William Peace Pacers in their final contest of the season defeat the SVU Knights 3-1 For everybody that's been watching at home, thank you for joining us. I'm Graham Hill signing off, and thank you for tuning in all season to William Peace University Men's Soccer on the Pacer Sports Network.